What's going on, guys? Coach New back in the building with another one. As usual, it's going to be jam packed full of jewels. And your time is always appreciated because you could be doing anything, but you heard me checking out these reviews. It's another wild one, man. It's about a man who dies in a shootout after, but not before he unalived three women. And it's crazy. So let's check it out.
Detectives in Manatee County are trying to figure out what set off a man to kill three women last night, including his mother and cousin. They say Javante Bryce also nearly fled the state to kill an ex-girlfriend in Georgia before he died in a shootout with deputies. And that's not all. They believe Bryce initially targeted a different ex-girlfriend in Palmetto until his sister talked him down.
As Fox 13's Kimberly Grison reports for us tonight, he then went after his other loved ones.
Man, you already know what I'm talking about. Mental health, physical health, spiritual health, decision making, bro. And they said they don't know why he unalive his mother. Man, that had to be some mental health issues, man. You know, you're not thinking clearly, or you got something else going on in your brain that makes you think things that are true or not, or you feel like everybody's against you, or everybody's out to get you, and it's not true, and that's mental health, and you need some help. That's why mental health is so important, especially with like decision making, because what you think becomes your reality. And in this case, man, this dude, he was thinking some crazy stuff. We don't know what he was thinking, but whatever it was, it led him to unaliving his mother, his family. Then he tried to go unalive an ex-girlfriend out of town. So, when you start making these type of decisions and think that this is the best decision to make, and it's something mentally wrong. And in this case, it was too late to help him, man, because he already went off the deep end and just making a bad situation worse. But you gotta want to change. You gotta want to accept help. You gotta be helping yourself in order for other people to want to help you. They gotta see you doing something for yourself first, man. And it's all type of avenues and help out there that you can go get. And like I said, only if you change yourself or want to change, and you start putting forth effort, change your way of thinking, change your way of living. Because, like I said, what you think, what you hear, it all becomes your reality, man.
This is where Bryce started. Deputies say he came to a motel room where his mom was staying. He told her he was sorry before he shot her 3 times.
Once he opened that door, it was just sheer pandemonium, chaos.
At this Motel 6 around 9:17 Tuesday night, Christina Valentine's husband rushed to help 48-year-old Titi Maisha Scott.
People yelling, screaming, he shot my mom, somebody call 911.
Deputies say Scott's own son, 28-year-old Javante Bryce, pulled the trigger.
He was out of here before we even came out of our room. Like, it happened like that.
And then, for him to say like he was sorry and then do that to his mom, it kind of makes me think that she didn't really do anything to him. It was just something that mentally he was battling with, and he didn't try to get any help for it, and you let him take over him. And, this is like an example of what happens, man, when mental health goes unchecked. It can end up taking you places that, you don't want to be. And in this case, he ended up getting into a shootout and being unalive, man.
3 minutes later, deputies were called to this home off 26th Street Court East in Palmetto.
I heard a pop.
Deputies say he killed his cousin, 29-year-old Sequoia Bryce, as she was leaving a family cookout.
That's when I see 2 people out there, and they're going, oh my God, they're on the ground.
24 minutes later, deputies say Bryce drove to an apartment complex in Bradenton off 51st Street Circle West, where he killed an ex-girlfriend's new partner, Sharelle Carter.
He seemed to have an agenda. He knew
exactly who he wanted to kill, and he did not have a hard time locating them.
Which is crazy, man. But he already knew, had it made up in his mind. If they, however he felt like they did something so wrong to him that there was no other way out, which, like I always say on my channel, man, there's nothing that a female can do to you to make you react in that kind of way, doing an unaliver, and the best decision is to move around and work on yourself and make logical and rational decisions, man. If you can, and if you know you need some help, go get it, because it's not worth being in prison or being dead. There's no coming back from that. We only get one life, man. Try to make the best decisions make the best decision that you can, and plan ahead, man. Plan for the future, for your future, so something like this doesn't happen, bro. And then unaliving the ex-girlfriend, lover, whatever, bro. He, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter who she's with after you, because they moved on, and you should too. You shouldn't want to get some get back if you break up with your female, man, and you should be willing to move on and better your life after that situation. Everything is a learning lesson, man. So you learn something from it, and you move on, and you continue with your life.
He sent out a bolo after learning Bryce was traveling to Georgia, where another ex-girlfriend lived. Hamilton County deputies tried to pull him over, but Bryce came out shooting. Deputies shot back, killing him.
We don't know.
And so he was on his way to another ex-girlfriend's house even after that, bro. That's another example of why mental health is so important, man, because it seems like he was just on a rampage, man, and whatever he was thinking, he had it made up in his mind that they did something and everybody else was wrong and he was right, which is another example of why it's so important to make sure that you mentally stable, bro, because you could just end up like this, man, and making bad decision after bad decision, making it worse on yourself. And in this case, he got unalive, man, which is crazy.
Sent this man off.
Court records show Bryce had struggled with his mental health. 2 risk protection orders were filed against him in 2021 and 2023. In them, it states he tried to commit suicide at least twice. Deputies are trying to piece together what was going through his mind the night of his rampage.
Nobody's gonna be able to piece together what was going through his mind, or know exactly what he was thinking. And like they said, it was mental health. So now even more. He tried to slit his wrist a couple times, or commit suicide, and then he had 2, I guess, orders of protection against him too. So, he was already going down that path, bro, and he didn't get any help, and it got worse and worse over time. And that's what happens when you let things like that go unchecked, man. And 28 years old is young, bro. And, at that age, it's another example of why it's so important, man, because there's so many things he could have been doing other than, going crazy like that. All that life ahead of him, and this is how he chose to, just handle his situations. And for the exes, bro, that was behind him already, so he should have just let that go. But that's when mental health is involved, bro, you never know what anybody's thinking, man. And just check on your people if they're not acting right, man, or if you see something's wrong or something like that, like the people who you really mess with in your group, You never know. You might save a life that day or something.
This family is devastated. This is going to be a very difficult thing for them to overcome.
Sheriff Wells believes they could learn more information from a woman who was with Bryce, and deputies believe she was traveling with him at the time of all the shootings, and detectives are now interviewing her. In Manatee County, Kimberly Quizon, Fox 13 News.
Yeah, the family's gonna go through it for a minute, man. Especially him doing something like that to his family members, man. They traumatized. It's gonna take a long time for them to, heal if they ever do. And I want to know more about that girl that was with him though. Was she in his ear or something? Like, man, she could have helped him out if you know what I'm saying, instead of letting him go crazy like that. Anyway, man, it's Coach Noob. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you're feeling this kind of content. And your time is always appreciated because you could be doing anything but you heard me checking out these reviews. Until next time, I'm out.